Oh. Hmm.
Chromium 2 plus or Fe2 plus.
Um,
Fe2 substrate. Fe2 consideration of the equation to the equation. Wide field with environmental substances are attractive. Substrate ferromagnetic implies ferromagnetism. Is equal to root over n into n plus 2 or minus constant normally number, and we are electron present in the atom equal negative moment as related constant of the bond. Negative moment. Okay. One to 1.73 to 2.84. We have B5 configuration. Calculate the magnetic moment. A diagonal cation ion in a first solution if it's আমি শুনতে পারি তো আমি লোক শোনাবো 92 more magneton. In a aqueous medium, D0 and D10 is colorless. Formation of color ions in aqueous medium. When the electron from lower energy d orbital
oh. Hmm.
when an electron from a lower energy d orbital is excited to a higher energy d orbital, the energy of excitation observed corresponds to the complementary color of the light absorbed. The color is determined by the nature of the ligand. Color of some of the first row accurate transition metal ions. Scandium plus 3D0. D0 configuration below. 2 plus. Copper 2 plus is blue in color. Copper 2 plus blue in color. Manganese 2 plus is pink color. Vanadium plus 4 is also blue color, purple color, etc. Formation of complex compound. Reason: small size, high ionic charge, and that can give orbitals available. Formation of complex compounds. Reason for formation of of anions and neutral molecules giving complex species with characteristics properties. A few examples are AgCl6 3 minus, AgCl6 4 minus, Cu NH3 whole 4 2 plus, PtCl4 2 minus. The chemistry of complex compound is dealt with in detail. Okay, the transition metals form a large availability of d orbitals for bond formation. Transition metals and their compounds are known for their ability to adapt multiple oxidation states and to form complex chemical in catalytic hydrogenation.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Of the catalyst. Concentrating of the reactor at the catalyst surface and also weakening of the bonds in the reaction molecules that become more effective as catalysts. For example, iron or sulfate ions, 2I minus plus example of the catalytic reaction can be given as 2Ag3 plus 2I2 I minus equal to 2Ag2 plus I2. The variable oxidation state and complex formation property. Small amount of atoms like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen are trapped inside the crystal crystal lattice of metals. They are usually non-stoichiometric and are neither typically ionic nor covalent. For example, TiC, NN4N, Ap3H, BH, and TiH, etc. The formulas put a dot not of course. Have high melting points higher than those of pure metals. They are high melting. They retain metallic conductivity. They are chemically inert. They have high metallic points higher than those of pure metals. They are very hard in some borides. is a blend of metals prepared by mixing of components. Alloy may be homogeneous solid solution in which the atoms of one metal are distributed randomly among the atoms of the other. Such alloys are formed by atoms with metallic radii that are within about 15% of each other because of the small radii and other characteristics. Metals are transition metals with non-transition metals such as brass, copper, zinc and bronze, copper, tin are also considerable industrial importance. Brass is ethol, bronze is carbon. Brass, copper and zinc and German silver, copper, zinc and nickel 1:1:2 ratio. German silver, copper, zinc and nickel. Brass, copper 60% and zinc 40%. Bronze, copper and tin. Interstitial compounds. Non-stoichiometric and neither typical ionic nor covalent in nature. What does mean divide is the position of an oxidation plus hydrogen. Hydrogen plus like copper to copper ions is not stable in aqueous solution. Copper plus charge is the thing, but unstable in aqueous solution. We know the value of hydration in the not the value of hydration. করছিস আমি নিটের জন্য করছি হ্যাঁ নিটের জন্য করছি ও বানাতে লাগে ওদের বানাতাম সব কিন্তু এখন তো বানাই না
Um, um, hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh,
silver formed by the reaction of metals with oxygen at high temperature and all the metals except scandium from NO oxides which are ionic except scandium.
ow! Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm.
from NO oxide which are Ani. The highest oxidation number in the oxide coincides with the group number N is attained in Fe2O3 to Mn2O7. Beyond group 7, no higher oxides of iron above Fe2O3 are known. Besides the oxides, the oxocation stabilizes B plus 5 as BO2 plus and B6 as BO2 plus and Ti plus. Have low melting points. Low melting points. These are stickers itu ada chat ini.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh.
আপ ডাউন করে একদম লাল হয়ে যাচ্ছে তো। মানে এতটা টাইমের জন্য তারপর আউট হয়ে যাবে। এটাই কত স্টিকার আছে। আর ভাবছি নিজে oxidation number of a metal increases, ionic character decreases. In the case of manganese, Mn2O7 is a covalent green oil. Even CrO3 and B2O5 have low melting points. In these higher oxides, the acidic character is predominant. Thus, Mn2O7 gives a low melting point. Even CrO V2O5 is, however, amphoteric and though mainly acidic and indicates VO4 3 minus as well as VO2 plus salts given. Thus Mn2O7 gives HMnO4 and Cr2O3 gives H2Cr4 and H2Cr2O7. V2O5 is, however, amphoteric. Amphoteric V2O5 basic strength decreases. V2O4 dissolves in acidic to give VO2 plus salt. V2O4 is amphoteric in less basic, that is V2O4 3 minus and VO4 plus respectively. Cr2O3 is amphoteric. Basic. First হচ্ছে এখানে হচ্ছে basic কোনটা V2O3 is basic. V2O3 is basic. Then less basic O5. So V2O4 dissolves in acids to give VO2 plus. V2O4 dissolves in acids. Alkalis. VO4 3 minus and with acids.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
We will characterize CRO is basic, but Cr2O3 is amphoteric. V2O3 to less basic V2O4 and amphoteric V2O5. V2O4 dissolves in acids to give VO2 plus salt. Less basic V2O4 dissolves in acid to give VO2 plus salt. Amphoteric V2O5 in alkali to give VO.
Ha. Hmm.
Basic, but Cr2O3 is amphoteric in nature. Potassium dichromate. V2O3, V2O4, V2O5. V2O5 is amphoteric in nature. Industry and is an oxidant for preparation of many azo compounds. Dichromates are generally prepared from chromate, which in turn are obtained by the fusion of chromite ore with sodium or potassium carbonate in free excess of air. The reaction with sodium carbonate occurs as follows. This is chromite ore. Prepared from chromate, which is in turn are obtained from the fusion. This is chromate. Na2CrO4 is chromate. Na2CrO4 plus 2 Fe2O3. This is acidic, this is basic, plus 8 CO2. The mixture FeCr2O4 is mixture of FeO and Cr2O3. Which talks H2O can be crystallized. Okay, 2 Na2Cr O4 is chromate, yellow solution, plus 2H plus Na2Cr2O7 orange solution, plus 2Na plus H2O. Drunken driver test. C2H5OH, A2Cr2O7 or H plus, Cr plus 3 green color, CH3COOH. Drunken driver test C2H for ethanol এবং A2Cr2O7 H plus দেওয়া হয় chromium plus the green color show করে CH3COOH পরিবার হচ্ছে sodium dichromate is more soluble than potassium dichromate. Sodium dichromate is more soluble than potassium dichromate. The latter is therefore prepared by treating the solution of sodium dichromate with potassium chloride. Of chromium in chromate and dichromate is the same. And we check, this is a pH change. K2Cr2O7 তৈরি হয় বেসিকে উল্টো করে CrO4 তৈরি হয় মানে এখান থেকে
uh, ha,
Okay, chromatine and dichromate. The structure of chromatine CrO4 minus and dichromate ion K2Cr2O7 are shown below. The chromatine is tetrahedral. Whereas the dichromate ion consists of two tetrahedrals sharing one corner with CrOCr bond angle. Sodium and potassium dichromates are strong oxidizing agents. Sodium salt has a greater solubility in water and extensively used in the organic oxidizing agent. Potassium dichromate.
uh,
Potassium dichromate is used as primary standard in volumetric analysis. In acidic solution, its oxidizing action can be represented as follow. The potassium dichromate extensively used as primary standard in volumetric analysis.
oh, ha, ha, oh, ha, ha,
ভয় পেয়ে যান। Oxidizing reaction can be represented as follows: Cr2O72 minus plus 14H plus 6 electron equal to 2 chromium plus 3 plus 7H2O equal to 1.33 volt. Tetrahedral unit 2 d pi p pi bond. All chromium O bond lengths are equal. Average CrO bond order 6 by 4. 2 tetrahedral unit. Plus 2 থেকে 3 plus 4 এটা লেখা যাবে 3 plus 2 থেকে 3 plus 4 আর রাইট থেকে আয়রন রাইট থেকে I minus থেকে I তারপরে iron salts to iron plus 3 salt and the half reaction on that minus থেকে I2 H2S সালফার কত স্টেটে ছিল -2 থেকে সালফার 0 স্টেট Cr2O72 minus plus 14H plus 6 Fe2 plus and then 2 Cr plus 3 plus 6 Fe3 plus 2 7H2. D5 p5 bonding, all chromium O bond lengths are same. Average bond order কত 6 by 4. এটা দুটো টেট্রাহেড্রাল ইউনিট থাকে মাঝখানে CrOC bond. Cr2O72 minus, this is orange color, Fe2 plus Fe3 plus Cr2O72 minus orange color, Fe2 plus Fe3 plus Sn2 plus Sn plus 4 sulfur minus 2 থেকে sulfur 0 chlorine minus থেকে chlorine 2Cl2 iodine minus থেকে iodine 2 এখানে হয়ে যাচ্ছে chromium plus green color, orange থেকে green color chromium plus 3 তৈরি হয় orange থেকে green color
Ow! Ha! Ha! Ow! Ha! Ha! Ow! Ha! Ha!
Morning Rahul Raji, good morning everyone. जाने मेरे दिल को क्या हो गया अभी तो यही था यही खो गया নীল পাখিটা বড় হাড়ির উপরে হ্যাঁ আমার বড় হাড়িটা পছন্দ হচ্ছে ওটাটাও তো বলেছিল मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन गुड मॉर्निंग कैसे हो आप सब लोग Everyone double tap please. Everyone double tap on the screen. लगा ले लूं जब लिपस्टिक हिले लूं सारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट पीला टॉप लागे लूं कमरिया লাগছে যারা শোনে তাদের আবার ওরকম লাগে না
Oh, ha, ha. Mm-mm-mm.
वीडियो फटाफट लाइक कीजिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए दोस्तों डबल टैप ऑन द स्क्रीन प्लीज संदेशे आती है हमें तड़पाती है कि चिट्ठी आती है पूछे जाते कि घर कब आओगे যে নতুন বর্ডারের গান চলছে রিমিক্স না এমনি নরমালি গানটা গায়কটা শুধু আলাদা সুরটা আলাদা কে করেছে কে বলছে
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh.
तुम दिल की धड़कन में रहते हो मन चुपके सारी दुनिया से छुपके तुमने ऐसी बात कही दिल मेरा खो गया मैं घर सामने आगे जाया करो, लाजमी है कि तुम मुझसे पर्दा करो. S2 minus থেকে S0, S2 minus থেকে S0, এই হলো. Next is chlorine minus থেকে Cl2. Potassium permanganate के NaOH. Metal hydroxide. This produces a dark green K2MnO4, which disproportion is in a neutral or acidic solution to give permanganate. নিতে পারবে তাই না, শিখ মেম্বারশিপ হচ্ছে তুমি 50টা মেম্বারশিপ নিজেই কিনে নিবে. সেটাকে তুমি কিভাবে করবে? ইউটিউব সিলেক্ট করবে সে 50 জন কারা লাকি, তাদেরকে তুমি তোমার টাকা দিয়ে তাদেরকে মেম্বারশিপ ছাড়াচ্ছ.
Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. নামগুলো চেঞ্জ করে দেয়, নাম নিজে দিয়েছিল. হ্যাঁ, স্টার মার্ক.
Ow! Ha! Ha!
Manganese chemical. Russian permanent is prepared by fusion of MnO2 with an alkali metal hydroxide and an oxidizing agent like KNO3. This process produces the darkened K2MnO4, which disproportionates in a neutral or acid solution to give permanganate. MnO4 plus MnO2. This is byproduct. Commercially, it is prepared by alkaline oxidative fusion of MnO2 followed by electrolytic oxidation of manganate 6. MnO4 2 minus, K2MnO4, manganate ion, and manganate MnO4 2 minus, electrolytic oxidation. One method in the laboratory, a manganese 2-ion salt is oxidized after disulfate to permanganate. 2 ওদিকে ঘুরে বসে আছে। ওদিকে ঘুরে বসে আছে। দেখেছিস? And plus 4 thermal decomposition. 2 KMnO4 থেকে K2MnO4 plus MnO2 plus O2. The green manganate is paramagnetic. Green manganate is paramagnetic because of 1 unpaired electron, but the manganate is diamagnetic due to iron purple color. Acidic medium manganese MnO4 minus violet color. C chlorine, bromine and iodine with the Cl2 reactor and I2. Fe2 plus Fe3 plus Sn2 plus Sn4 plus C2O4 2 minus CO2. Then H2S 2 minus S0. SO2 or SO3 2 minus SO4 2 minus NO. Mn plus 7 acidic Mn plus 2. Faintly basic Mn plus 1. and V for basic, neutral, medium, MnO2, then iO3 minus AO4 minus, MnO4 minus I minus, like acidic medium I to chloride, and iodine minus weak basic or neutral medium MnO2, and we have plus 4 step, and the Mn plus 2. O4 minus plus 6 or on 5, okay, MnO2 35 plus 4 step, MnO2, iodine minus iO3 minus Ap2 plus Ap3 plus Fe2. Unsatisfactory since hydrochloric acid is oxidized to chlorine. Note ferromanganate titration in presence of hydrochloric acid are unsatisfactory since hydrochloric acid is oxidized to chlorines.
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh.
27 thorium থেকে lines shells 90 থেকে 103 thorium থেকে Please from 90 থেকে 103. Yes, 71. 71.
Ow! 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 Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm. Ow! Ha! Ha! Mm-mm-mm.
The Havelock consists of two series lanthanides, the 14 elements following lanthanum and actinoid 14 elements following actinium. Because lanthanum closely resembles the lanthanoid it is usually included in any discussion on the lanthanoid for which the elements actinium. These are the 14 elements continuing the series, and the lanthanides resemble one another more closely than do the members of ordinary transition elements in any series, and they have only one stable oxidation state, and their chemistry provide an excellent opportunities to examine the wide range of oxidation state. It may be noted that atoms of these elements have electron configuration with 6s2 common but with variable occupancy of 4s levels. However, the electronic configuration of all the tri-positive ion, the most stable oxidation state of all the notation and the lanthanide contraction. An ionic radii from lanthanum to lutetium, the lanthanide contraction is decrease in atomic radii derived from the structure of metals not quite regular as it is regular in M plus 2 ions. The contraction phase of course similar to that observed in an ordinary transition series and is attributed to the same cause. The imperfect shielding of one electron the imperfect shielding of one electron by another is the same subshell, whereas however the shielding of one 4s electrons by another is less than one d electron by another. With the increase in nuclear charge along the series, there is fairly regular decrease in the sizes with increase in atomic number. Lanthanide contraction calls for charge along the series. With increasing atomic number. The cumulative effect of the contraction on the lanthanide series is known as lanthanide contraction. The almost identical radii of zirconium and hafnium, a consequence of the lanthanide contraction, account for their occurrence together in nature and for the difficulty faces in their separation. The child of the series, there is clearly regular decrease in the size of the increase. Cerium plus 3 to Cerium plus 4 is oxidizing agent, Tb plus 4 is oxidizing agent. Okay. Dominant species, however, occasionally plus 2 and plus 4 ions in a solution or it's just a little empty half-filled or F subshell. Thus, the formation of cerium plus 4 is favored by its noble gas configuration. Cerium plus 4 is favored by its noble gas configuration. World, which suggests that it can oxidize water. Cerium plus 4 is favored by its noble gas configuration, but it is strong oxidant, reverting to the common plus 3 state. And the E0 value for cerium plus 4, cerium plus 3 is plus 1.74 volt, which suggests that it can oxidize water. Cerium plus 4 is favored by its noble gas configuration, but it is a strong oxidant. Plus 3. Okay. Next is, however, the reaction rate is very slow, hence it's a good unlikely reagent. So PrLBPE and Dy also exhibit plus 4 state, but only in oxidized MO2. PrND and PBDY. Hanging to the common plus 3 state. EU2 plus is strong reducing. Similarly, YB plus 2, which has a 14 configuration, is a reductant. YB plus 2 is a strong reducing agent, changing to the common plus 3 state. Similarly, YB plus 2, which has a 14 configuration, is a reductant. TB plus 4 has a half-filled F orbital and is an oxidant. The behavior of which has a 14 configuration is a reductant, and TB plus 4 has half-filled F orbitals and is an oxidant. Half-filled for orbital. U plus 2 है, U plus 3 है, Y plus 2 है, Y plus 3. Oxidizing है, cerium plus 4 है, cerium plus 3. TB plus 4 है, TB plus 3. European plus 2 है, European plus 3. And YB plus 2 है, YB plus 3. Calcium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, europium, gadolinium, terbium, dystrophium, holmium, iridium, erbium, then thulium, and ytterbium, then lutetium. Okay. European gadolinium, seven high. The European was the correct one. Here has a for 14 and 6s2, and lutetium is for a 14 and 51. plus 2. Lanthanum plus 3 has 0 compound and lutetium plus 3 is F40 colorless. All the lanthanoids are silvery white soft metal and tarnish rapidly in air. The hardness increases with increasing atomic number, samarium being steel hard. Their melting point range between 1000 to 1200 Kelvin, but samarium 1000 to 1200 Kelvin, but samarium melts at okay, they have typical metallic structure and are good conductor of heat and electricity. Density and other properties change smoothly except for electrons. Neither lanthanum plus 3 or lutetium plus 3 and show F levels. Absorption band are narrow probably because of the excitation with M plus 4 and the F14 type YD plus 2 and NE plus 3 are all paramagnetic. These are diamagnetic in nature. Plus 2 and lutetium plus 3 are diamagnetic. The rest of all are paramagnetic in nature. They are diamagnetic. And ytterbium plus 2 is 14 and lutetium plus 3 is also 14. So regular diamagnetic, the rest of all are paramagnetic. The first ionization enthalpy of the lanthanoids are around 600. It's that the exchange enthalpy consideration as in third orbital of the first transition series. Exchange enthalpy consideration as in third orbital of the low value of the third ionization enthalpy of lanthanum. Third ionization enthalpy of lanthanum, gadolinium and lutetium. Exchange enthalpy. Abnormally low value of third ionization enthalpies of lanthanum, gadolinium and lutetium. Lutetium plus 3 is 414. IEP of ionization enthalpy of gadolinium, lanthanum and to calcium, but with increasing atomic number, they behave more like aluminium. In general, the earlier members of the series are quite reactive, similar to calcium. Aln plus 3, Helen plus 2 होते An2O3, Helen H2. Okay, with acid Aln plus 3, lanthanoids with acid gives H2, like aluminium. Bonds with O2. Carbon 27773. H2 with H2O LNOH whole thrice plus H2 with O it is LNC2 carbon is LNC2 range -2 থেকে -2.2 থেকে -2.4 E naught cell for half cell reaction E naught for half cell reaction except for EU where the value is -2.04 and this is halides and they form oxides M2O3 and hydroxides MO3. The hydroxides are definitely defined compounds, not just hydrated oxides, and they are basic like alkaline earth metal oxides and hydroxides. Their general reactions are depicted. Compounds, not just hydrated oxides, and they are basic like alkaline earth metal oxides and hydroxides. Their general reactions are depicted. Lanthanoid is for the production of alloys, steel for plates and pipes. A well-known alloy is mesh metal, which consists of a lanthanoid metal, 95% and iron, 5% and traces of carbon, sulfur, calcium. LA and ND, 55%. This is 20A, 25% and 18%. Traces of sulfur, carbon, calcium, and aluminum. Lighted flint. Mixed oxides of lanthanoids are employed as catalysts in petroleum cracking. Some individual lanthanide oxides are used as phosphorescent television screen and similar fluorescing surfaces. Mesh metal. These are mesh metals, okay, which consist of lanthanoid. Then uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, deuterium, berkelium, californium, einsteinium, fermium, mendelevium, nobelium, then lawrencium. Okay. F0, F0, next is also F0 and D2. This is D1 and F0. This is D1 and F0. This is D2 and F0. Next is F2 and D1, 6 up to 6 পর্যন্ত এটা চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে। D1 7s2, 6G to 7s2, then 7s2 সবকটাতেই আছে। This is D1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. টা চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে like D1 and F14, 14 টা 14 থাকবে, 13 then 12, 11. 0.0, D1 তারপর থেকে X0 D2 হবে তো প্রোডাক্টিভিয়ামে D1 and F2 D1 and F2 হলো ইউরেনিয়ামে D1 and F3 and নিউট্রিনিয়াম F1 and F3 okay up to 5 changes relatively long life half-life. Actinoids are radioactive elements and the earlier members have relatively long half-lives. The later ones have half-lives that this fact render the study more difficult. Electronic configuration of the actinoids are believed to have the electronic configuration of 7 not in thorium which is Z equal to 19 but the those of the lanthanoids are related to the stability of F0 and 7 and F14 occupancies of the 5 orbitals and thus the configuration of AM and CM are and 5 orbitals resemble the 4 orbital in the angular part of the wave function. Ionic sizes. The general trend in lanthanoids is observed in the actinoids. Electrons which greater for element to element in the series resulting from force shielding by 5f electrons. Okay. Oxidation state is a greater range of oxidation states which is a part which is in part attributed to the fact that the 5f to 6d and 7s levels are of comparable energies. The known oxidation states are often actinoid resembles lanthanoids in having more compounds in plus 3 state than in the plus 4 state. However, plus 3 and plus 4 ions tend to be hydrolyzed because the distribution of oxidation states among the actinoids is so uneven and so different for the formation status. Actinoid resemble lanthanoids. DMPR. Okay. General characteristics and comparison with actinoids. The actinoids usually actinoid metals are all silvery in appearance but display a variety of structures and the structural variability is obtained due to irregularities in metallic radii which are far greater than the lanthanoids. That Actinoids are highly reactive metal, especially when finely divided. The action of boiling water or them, for example, gives a mixture of oxide and hydride, and combination of most non-metal takes place at moderate temperature. Hydrochloric acids attack all metals, but most are slightly affected by nitric acid owing to the formation of protective oxide layer. Alkali Mentions of the early actinoids, though not accurately known, but are lower than the early lanthanoids. Okay. The 5s electrons will therefore be more effectively shielded from the nuclear charge than the 4s electrons of the corresponding lanthanoids, because the outer electrons are less firmly held and they are available for bonding in the actinoids. From the 5 and the 4s electrons of the corresponding lanthanoid, because the outer electrons are less firmly held. They are available for bonding in the actinoids. Actinoid contraction is more than lanthanoid contraction. Why? Electrons will therefore be more effectively shielded from nuclear charge than the 4s electrons. A member of the lanthanoid series, which is well known to exhibit class 4 oxidation state. Better from element to element than lanthanoid contraction. These are some applications. TiO for the pigment industry, MnO2 for use in dry battery cell. The battery industry, also requires zinc and nickel cadmium. The element of group 11 are still worthy of being called the coinage metal, although Ag and Ag. Some applications of D and F block elements. Application of HO. C2O5 catalyzes the catalyst enable the hydrogenation of fats to proceed. In the Walker process, the oxidation of ethyne to organic compounds such as benzene. The oxidation of acetone to manufacture sulfuric acid. On the basis of Ziegler catalyst, metal complexes used for coordination of alkynes. Walker process the PDCl to ethyne to ethanol. Ziegler catalyst manufacture of polyethylene glycine. Transformation of alkyne. This is nickel.
Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Uh. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. 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 Hi. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh.
गाइस फटाफट फटाफट से लाइक कर दीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके रखिए, डबल टैप कीजिए अपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके रखिए, हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके रखिए, अपनी स्क्रीन पर 2 बारी टैप कर दीजिए।
Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. Ow! Ha! Ha! Um, uh, uh, uh. Ha! Hmm. Ow! Ha! Ha! Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. Ow! Ha! Ha! Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh. 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 Ha! Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Uh. Ow! Ha! Ha!
3.
Ow! Ha! Ha! Ow! Ha! Ha!
চেঞ্জ করা যায় না ওয়ালপেপার এবার এতে তো কি হবে খাবে কি করে পুরো তো ঢাকা
Ow! Ha! Ha!
দুটো